Now, you decided to visit a foreign country, in this case the Czech Republic, and you want to try something traditional, so you reach out to a local to show you around and tell you what is good. Today we're going to taste and sample the traditional Czech koláčes, and we're going to go from the cheapest ones to the most luxurious, expensive ones, starting right here on the square. Let's go check it out. I'm the type of tourist that when I want to experience something local, I love to look around local supermarkets. So the brands may be the same, but the goods may be different. And in this case, in this Albert, you can find the Czech koláč. Different varieties. I'm gonna stick with tvarohový. 20 crowns, less than a euro. So we went around 3 supermarkets that we were able to find in downtown Prague, and we bought ourselves koláč, and these are koláče, traditional Czech sweet that can be bought for as little as 0.7 euros. I'll get to it, but just imagine for us locals to see tourists walking around with that sweet pastry that they pay 10 euros for, and we know it's very bad, it's very expensive, not traditional, and we know that you can get this for 0.7 euros. Imagine how silly they look. So that's why we're influencing you with these koláče. But we're here to sample them and tell you which ones are the best, starting with the cheapest ones. The one that you see right here, bought in Tesco for 0.7 euros. This one is from Albert, 0.8 euros, and this one from Lidl, 0.8 euros. Starting with the Tesco one for 0.7 euros, we went with apple flavor. You can obviously get a variety, strawberries, blueberries, quirk, and so on, filling on the sides. This one has no filling on the sides, just in the middle, apple. Not the biggest fan, but that may be due to the fact that I would not buy an apple koláč. I usually go with quirk or with fillings on the sides, but for 0.7 euros, this satisfying. But the apple filling definitely does not have that home taste like when you go to your grandma out in the village that I never had, but whatever. But this is how I imagine it, and you would taste it and you'd be like, oh, those are the apples from our garden. Not here. But okay.
Let me see. Like, honestly, still so much better than trdelník. I mean, like, are we even, like, how can you say it's not good? It's really good.
Let's get real here. If this was 0.7 and this was 0.8 euros, oh my God, it's the best koláč I ever had. I mean, it is ridiculously cheap. So it's not like you go to a supermarket and you buy koláč for 0.8 euros and you're gonna be like, no, this is not good. They're very, very good for what they cost. And of course, I love quirk, so I do like this one. And it's okay, you wanna sample it as well? Not much to say about it.
I'm also a fan of quarks, but honestly, for me, this one is on the weaker side. I prefer the first one.
Forget the filling, but if I just sampled the dough that's around it or that's the filling is put in, the first one, the Tesco one, is much softer and tastier. So let's not make the same mistake again, and next time when we go there, I don't want the apple filling, but I'll get tvaroh filling. Did they have it? They didn't have it.
Sold out.
Sold out. There's the answer. Now, the looks of this one are, you know, on the brighter side of things. It's still the same price, 0.8 euros. They did have listed that they do have the more traditional looking one, koláč, like the ones we had before, for only 0.4 euros, but I didn't find it. I asked and they said, no, we don't have those now. Okay, so I got this one. It should be filled, the sides should be filled with quirk, and the inside, I believe, is strawberry or raspberry, something like that. And not only the looks, but also the weight. We don't have a scale, but it's minimum double the weight, yet still the same price. Remember, we're still on the cheap side. 0.8 euros, this is really good. I guess you can not only tell from the looks, but from the way I'm enjoying it. The filling is great, the filled sides are great, there's nothing dry about it. Really, really tasty. So, hey, big thumbs up, Lidl. Good job. Who's your supplier? Tell me now. I bet you have Lidl in your country, but do they make these? I don't think so. So yeah, really cool.
Well, honestly, given that they're in the same pricing category, this definitely feels like we're already like stepping up. In the taste, definitely yes. This is really good.
Now, speaking of koláčes, the literal translation to English would be a pie. So let me actually show you a pie chart of my favorite bars. And on that note, let me show you a bar chart of my favorite pies and also a pie chart of my favorite VPN. Yep, SurfsharkVPN is my favorite VPN and also the sponsor of our show, longtime partner. Thank you for that. And you should really download it and get it. Use the link below to open an entire world of new internet that may be blocked just because you live in some country. Thanks to VPN, thanks to Surfshark, you can virtually change your location to any country around the world, thousands of different fast servers. So if a site tells you, no, you cannot come in because you're from US, you're from Brazil, you're from Japan, you're from wherever, you're like, well, guess what? I can be wherever I want and go wherever I want to, thanks to my easy plugin on my phone in my browser, SurfsharkVPN. Pro tip by me, it is available on unlimited devices. If you use the code HONESTGUIDE, you'll get 4 months extra, or simply go to surfshark.com/honestguide, or there's a link below the video. Did you notice this little square looks like a giant pie? So let's change location with the ease of a Surfshark VPN. Now forget the cheapest, we're gonna double the price and go to the next level of mid-range koláče, right here. We are sitting down in a place that is named after these lovely sweets, koláčes, so it's called Koláčerie. There's actually one that is downtown Prague in the very touristy area that we've already featured on our show, where you can walk in, get a coffee standing up and buy one of those little koláčes. But there's a new one right here where they actually make them here. So we're in the place where these are produced and baked. So we're very happy we can taste one. We're here early afternoon, so they were pretty much out of stock already. So if you want to come here, come early. But next to these, we have 2 more koláčes that we bought along the way as we were coming up here in places called lahůdky and little bakeries, which are a little higher range than a supermarket, but still sort of a Czech fast food. So we're gonna compare these, all 3 of them, as a mid-range style. I know we're only sampling koláčes, but they have a really good lemonade. Like, really good. By the way, if you want to look for other places that sell koláčes, you want to look for pekárna, lahůdky, lahůdkářství, or koláčerie. Enough of the talk, let's dig in and start with the cheapest one, in this case, 1.5 euros. Wow. 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 So, very strong on the filling. I mean, as in like, how much filling you want to put in? Yes. So that's very, very strong. We got raspberry, if I'm not mistaken. So they really did not go easy. The dough, very soft. But hey man, the filling, they really went crazy. So if you're into strawberry, raspberry, whatever fillings they had, you'll be very satisfied, and the dough, very, very good. This 2 euro beast from the Kabát bakery, which I go to quite often to usually get a baguette, rarely koláč, is massive. I mean, it's more of a pizza than a koláč. So I'm gonna give you a slow-mo Cam 2000 before I bite. Sides are filled with quirk, and the, wow, inner filling looks really, really tasty. Let me dig in. Strawberries, raspberries. It grows in this country, you'll find it in this koláč, and that's pretty damn good, man. When they were selling this, they told us it's pretty damn good, and they were pretty damn right. There are tourists who buy the trdelník for 90 crowns. This was 50. You people are stupid. But let's go for the reason why we're here in Koláčerie, and that is their homemade or locally made koláč. So let's try. You can, even just by touching the sides, you can see how soft they are. The filling is good. I'd prefer if they still had quirk, which means you have to show up earlier. But we got plums and almonds, which is quite a unique combination for me. Partially the reasons buy those trdelníks is to get a good picture on their Instagram. And I understand these may not be the most photogenic pieces, but they do sell some that are, but their taste isn't that good. And those are the makové with mandle on top. I don't like the taste, but if you want a nice picture for your Instagram, there you can have it, and then just have another koláč. You saw what 80 euro cents can get you, you saw what 2 euros can get you, but you're probably wondering, if we double that, what can 4 euros get you in Czech sweets? Well, let's just pause for a second and tell you what you can get for 4 euros in the touristic world, because you can get this lovely touristic pastry. That's it. 4 euros. No filling, no strawberries, no nothing, no butter, just dry dough. Now let me take you to the world of Czechs, what 4 euros can get you. We took a tram out to Vinohrady, and here's a place that is called A Piece of Cake. And they make koláčes so popular and so well known in the city that there's a line. All these people are queuing up despite the fact that there are no koláčes yet, because they prepare them fresh every day, 4 times a day at 8, 10:50, 13:50, and 16. I know, military time, 1:50 and 4. So I guess let's join the queue. Just like our parents did back in the days for bananas. Yeah, it's something you will not experience in downtown Prague waiting for a piece of koláč, because they don't sell them there. But oh, come on. Now, with the piece of cake, this place, the term fresh really is spot on, because I saw these being made in front of my eyes as I waited for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I saw them going in and then out of the oven, and here they are. So it's still warm, very heavy. Just the crumbles that they put on the top. I just tasted one. Was probably one of the best tastes I ever had. So I'm very much looking forward. We got raspberries and blueberries. So we each got ourselves one. Pricing on this bad boy is 3.5 euros, which may sound still low for a foreigner, but in Czech, it's 85 crowns. So it's almost 4 times more than on what we started with 20 crowns. So this really is pricier. If I would tell that to my grandma, if she was still alive, and I would tell her, Grandma, I just paid almost 100 crowns for a koláč, she would go like, are you mad? Well, let's see if I'm mad. But before I take a bite, let me do one more price comparison. This is a trdelník that tourists buy in the city center. This was more expensive than this. Locals versus tourists. But your Instagram will love this. Come on. I know in the beginning we said we were gonna compare uncomparable, not only different sports, but different league, different universe. This really is something. It stood up to what Honza was saying and to the line of people waiting. So this is really, really unbelievable. Starting with the looks, with the flavor, with the taste, just wow. There's nothing hard about it in terms of the dough or anything. Everything sort of melts together in your mouth. It is delicious. Let me give it a downside. There's only one place, one venue in Vinohrady, which I rarely come to. So you need to take a tram for like 3 stops. And second, it's very hard to eat because it's huge. It's very, very heavy. So you kind of have to scoop under it with your full palm to take a bite. So I'd probably prefer to take it home and eat it with a fork. I was actually expecting it to be much smaller as like a regular koláč, and I didn't expect it to overflow with joy and love. And the secret ingredients, butter. May I take one more bite? That woman just looked at me and she gave me the look. First timer, and she was carrying 2 boxes, dude. See? So dobrý koláče? Yeah? Let me sample the blueberry one as well. Come on. Oh, come on. Still absolutely amazing, but if I had to choose, I'd go with raspberries, but oh God. But you're watching an Honest Guy video, and we like to do crazy stuff, so here we go. Now's the time to sample this. Chtěl jsem to vyflucnout, protože to je fakt, jak si strčit do huby polystyren. To je fakt úplná, jako, co si dělají srandu, ne? How crazy the trdelníks in the city center are priced? It's cheaper to take a taxi here, to drive you here, and then get a piece of cake, piece of koláč. So it's up to you. Do you want to be a tourist or you want to discover a new country, a city you came to? I believe the second choice will be much better for you, for us, and for your tummy if you skip this and have a piece of cake, piece of Czech koláč. I hope we gave you a wide enough selection. Enjoy it. If you want more tips for places around the city, we do have great maps on our Patreon that are not only in the city center, but there as well, but all around the city. They're categorized so you can select if you want to go for a romantic dinner or if you want to spend time with your kids. We do have tips, so check it out. The link is below, patreon.com/honestguide. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. And a Czech word at the end is podrážka, which I didn't actually know in English, shoe sole, the bottom of your shoe, because this is exactly that, podrážka. We call something that is, well, like a shoe sole, podrážka, and that's the thing that tourists eat, podrážka. Imagine the person cleaning the trash cans here in Vinohrady going like, how did you get here?